My goodness, guys, it's been quite an intense journey the last few days. We've just come out of a Stargate, whatever that means to you. We've got an 11/11 portal. There's so much going on. There's just so much going on. And to be honest with you, I feel like I'm losing my mind. And you know what? I quite welcome that. I quite welcome that. Letting go of old versions of myself to allow the new to express. We're going to go all over the map today. Promise that. We're going to start with quantum jumping. Quantum jumping timelines, that sort of stuff. Last week I woke up one morning with that in my head, just timeline jumping, quantum jumping. I was like, okay, all right then. And I need a surfboard now. We're quantum surfing, actually. Things are happening so quickly. In the last 7 days, 6 actually, I've experienced 2 major deaths. Not of people. And mostly, actually, it's a death of ideas. Ideas that I was hooked into, locked into. Ideas that were false. So, in my best interest, I will not share specifically what those are, but I will talk around them. The first one last week shook me greatly, incredibly, and I can't remember how I got through it, and it was so difficult. It was so difficult, and I know I went to bed absolutely shaken, and I was very honest about it, that this thing that had happened had shaken me. It had, the idea that I had about this thing was completely false, was completely, I realized I was able to turn around actually rather quickly, because by morning I was fine. And by morning I was in a state of love with regards to the situation. Great love. But what I realized was the idea that the sort of death happened. I'm sorry that this sounds so convoluted. Please stay with me. Please stay with me. Please don't switch the video off, because after the second death yesterday, which shook me even more, it's been nothing but grace. As of this morning, not even 24 hours later. So please stay. There, I just get the sense that there's benefit for you if you're receptive. If you're receptive. So actually, if this is not resonating with you, please, yes, do switch off. Anyways, the thing last week, happened, and I had to turn around and say, but baby, like, you constructed a whole story, this whole idea, this whole thing that now has absolutely not fallen flat. It's beyond that. It's essentially what I want to say to you is I realized how I just fabricated this absolute massive thing, and it just fizzled. it fizzled, and it needed to, in order for me to come back to a very pure, unconditional state of love. That's what needed to happen. So anyways, it was fine, and able to go on really well, better, in fact, better than before. So let's just say that I lost my mind then, and I welcome that. I didn't think of it then, but it was only when I returned from my walk this morning when I thought, oh, geez, man, I'm really losing my mind. And actually, great, yeah, let's do that, because the mind within which I was thinking those things where those deaths occurred is old news. It's an old program. So happy to be building a new program. And anyhow, so the second death was yesterday morning-ish. And actually, I was very much the cause of it. I knew it was going to happen. And in any case, whatever, it happened. And I was like, so how are you right now? And I thought, well, do you know what? Let's go sit in the tree. So I did that. And I was okay. I was okay. And then, and I'm feeling okay. I'm checking myself the whole time, because with death comes like sadness and anger and grieving and all that kind of stuff, right? It's not just like, okay, I feel better now. That's a lie, right? That's tricking oneself. Denial, all that, which I was in. Over the course of, anyways, we carry on. So it's Tuesday yesterday, and generally, so I've sat in the tree, I've carried on with stuff, as I normally would. I'm like, are you okay? Ish, I am. All right, carry on. And my laptop's not been working all morning. So much stuff going on, but it's not been working. And I'm thinking to myself, geez, man, I'm gonna miss my tribe. You see, I breathe with a great many people from around the world on Tuesdays at 1:30. So I'm like 1:30 in the afternoon, obviously, and I'm thinking to myself, oh geez, man, I'm gonna miss that because I can't get it's via Zoom, and I can't my phone is too old to download Zoom, and I'm like, damn, I'm gonna miss it. So and then I look at my little tablet. I have a tablet which I don't generally use. And I see that on there, and I was thinking that I don't know why that I cannot get Zoom on there. However, I can, and I do. And at just after 1, I pop in the link, and it works. And part of me was saying to myself, oh, it's not meant to be, you know, skipit.com, that sort of thing. And I was like, no, baby, this is your tribe, and you need to. What you need to do most right now is breathe, and with them, because it's such a loving group of people from around the world. And it's I'm going to link them below, specifically this group. It is via Alchemy of Breath, which perhaps you've heard of, which was founded by Anthony and Amy Abago. I hope I said that right. Anyways, beautiful people. And in particular, it's this Tuesday session that's led by a couple of beautiful souls called Kim Kindersley and Martine Waltier, who are in themselves extraordinary and have attracted extraordinary people. And we just breathe together. That's all. You know, there's an introduction, and then for half an hour we lay down or whatever, and it's, you know, we're not talking to each other. It's just we go through this breathing. Kim leads the breathing session, and oh my God, so and it's profound. It's profound. Things come up. We share afterwards, and people share the things. People see things. and you know, sometimes it's with someone specific in the group, and there's these days generally like 150 people or so, and it's incredible. It's just incredible. The breath is the most sacred thing, and we're breathing together. Anyways, so I lay down, and the music starts. And immediately I start to cry. I haven't cried yet. I've had this second death. Haven't cried yet. Haven't even been angry. I've just been like, okay. So I cry, but no tears come out. And I'm just, it's sort of stuck around my heart. And I say to myself, just focus on your breathing, focus on your breathing. And then, so that emotion, that feeling, sort of sticks around for a bit. But then it goes. And by the end, I'm in elation. I feel great, and I share with the group something that had, it's totally related. Because I was pinged with it on a walk the day before, and it came up again today, and this is why I'm sharing. And the message was to let go of everything, to surrender everything you think you know about everything. False ideas, for example. So I'd had the ping before the death came. And in particular, so this is where we go a little bit further than what I was saying in the group, because in particular, what the message that came through to me was that there are like 4 things that we're really sort of blindsided by, really indoctrined with. And that is the way we think about relationships and love, like between 2 people, let's say, and then familial relationships as well. But it's generally the one, monogamy, all kinds of stuff. Just there, and what we think about a relationship and how it should be and how it is, and the way that the world views relationships, the way that Hollywood views relationships, you know, all kinds of stuff. So anyways, throw it away. I sent along a film to somebody this past week. It's called 5 to 7. I think I mentioned it before. Incredible film. Really a mind bender. And look, I said the word monogamy, which I don't believe in, but that doesn't mean what you think it means. What I envisage for the world, I can't even articulate. What I think about relationships and how they should be. I at present, the words, I have no words. I know it's in my head, but it's but it would come out in such a misconstrued way. It's because the only way I know how at present is to say it in such a linear way that it's not. I won't. No. But I know the way relationships are supposed to be is beyond my wildest imagination. And I suppose I could go back, as far as I'm willing to say, is I think my last video where I was saying that you know, love is our natural state as a human being. Love is our natural state. To love everybody. Whether it's the partner that you sleep with or not. Anyways, moving along. So there's relationships, right? That's one. The second thing that we'll touch upon is work. 9 to 5, retire at 65. Or you hustle and grind and you build yourself an empire, you know. And you accumulate lots of money, that sort of thing. There's a few options, right? Of the infinite potentials. And when we look at work, or we think about work, we think, you know, actually here, right now, here I am. I'm going to post this on YouTube. Do you think it's my idea to amass a great amount of followers and subscribers and then build my wealth from there? Don't fucking care. Pooh, that was strong. No. No. I'm just here as a messenger. I have no dream about becoming an influencer. All of that stuff. No. No. My life is... And there's not... Oh, geez, Louise. There's nothing wrong with that. Please, please, for all those out there who have millions of followers and all that kind of stuff, certainly, God bless you. I tune into you and I love you and I thank you for the messages that you spread. With that, this has just gotten really linear. So let's go back to work. You know, we have a few ideas. So what I'm trying to say is, you know, here I am on YouTube, and you know, the idea could be that that this is my way of, this is my work. This is just one form of expression, right? And my mind continues to go on, deviates. I'll leave it at that. But essentially to say, what you think you know about work, throw it away. What if there's something else, just like the relationship? What if there's another way that we've never experienced? We live in a world of infinite potentials, and we choose one of a few. Anyways, that's 2. Let's move on to the third one. The body. The body. Why do you want a 6-pack? Why do you want your body to be different than it is? If you never saw a picture in the world, if you never saw a 6-pack, if you never saw a buff guy, if you're a guy, if you never saw skinny legs, with a space between the inner thighs, you know, ladies, do you want that then? No. We've been duped. Absolutely duped. By focusing on our body, in a way, a body's super important. Your body and your emotions, incredibly important. That's a different conversation, which we will have. The way that we look at our body, and the way that we idolize our body and others' bodies is... So you see, I said the words hooked in earlier, and it keeps our mind distracted, hooked into false ideas. You should look like this. You should be that, right? So body, food, nutrition. I tell you what, I've been in the health industry, nutrition, fitness. Been there. I used to, you know, Eat 3 square meals a day plus snacks. There was a time when I was running my boot camp fitness program where my clients every one of them became my friends, who I just adored. And they would laugh at me to ask me what time I woke up in the morning to eat the kitten. Because there was a time when I was waking up in the morning just to eat some meat. 7 times a day I would do that. And if it wasn't meat, it was some form of protein. Food. We've debased food. We've defamed food. Defamed? Maybe that's not the right word. But we've gotten so far away from what it is. We call food protein, carbohydrate, and fat now. Anyways, you get the picture, right? Yeah, so 3 square meals a day plus snacks. I just did 3 days of fasting. A coffee in the morning, because I like it and I can do what I want to do. And then water all day. Actually, yeah, it was about 3 days. 3 days, 3 nights. Again, like I said in the other video, I've done, now here we are. Here I am. Am I right? I think so. I think so. Yeah, I have done 21 days. And I almost made it to 4 weeks. I cut short 2 days of a 28-day fast because it was time. It was time. That taught me so much about my body. And I do those kinds of things because I want to get to know my body better. How can we have a relationship with somebody else, someone else's body, if we don't have a relationship with our own? Do you know what I mean? So yeah, people call me extreme for the things that I do with my body. You know, I've done all kinds of things. All kinds of things. Not just about food. Anyways, all in the effort to strip myself. In hindsight, to lose my mind, to challenge myself, to let go of layers. Anyways, we carry on. What's the 4th thing? Talked about relationships, work, food, nutrition, body. I think I said everything I wanted to there. Anyways, what else is important to you? I think money's a big one, right? That's related to money. Related to work. I can't remember what I just said. There you go, losing my mind. So yeah, money, related to work, perhaps. Some people make money and they don't work. Or they don't work in the way that is normal. Money, the root of all evil. I disagree. It's an energy. Anyways, look, that's just my thought. I'm not here to... All I'm here to do is to relay a message, to question. What do you think about money? Is the only way to get it via working and working hard until you're 65, and then your body falls apart soon after, and then you die? Is that why we're here? Does that make sense? How many times have you thought about that? So anyways, that was the ping that came to me a few days ago. Let's carry on with how this morning ended. Actually, it's still morning, isn't it? I don't know what time it is, but... So, I woke up this morning. Actually, I went to bed last night. Actually, let's just rewind. Did the breathing with everybody. It's fabulous. It's fantastic. And that kept me going for a little while. And the part in my... The part of me that was like, oh, we can, you know, not meant to be, we can skip it. That voice in my head was... I know why it was there. It was great to do the group, the breathing and everything. It was great. It was great. It really helped me. And then at the same time, and this is me, knowing me, I knew that I still had to come back to myself. And that was a really lovely sort of, I don't want to say distraction, that's too strong. And I don't want to say crutch, that's too strong. But it kept me away from what I eventually needed to face, let's put it that way. And that's fine, that's fine. I was knowing of that. I was held by those hearts, all those beautiful people. And I didn't, you know, there's not a word of any of the death sort of stuff spoken. I was held by them though. There's so much love. There's so much love there. Anyways. I get off and I'm fine. We finish. Fine. And then gradually, by the time evening approaches, I'm antsy. I'm anxious. And then the anger comes. Say to myself, all right, I'm absolutely angry. I am enraged. I am livid. I deny nothing. None of it. Absolutely angry. What can I do now? How can I feel better? Let's go eat some food. I know what I'm doing. And I allow all of it. I'm like, all right, I know. And I'm talking to myself out loud. I'm here alone. Talking to myself out loud. I know what I'm doing right now. I'm going to feed this thing. That's exactly what I'm going to do. We're going to have some dried fruit and nuts and, you know, I'm going to eat that shit like a champion. We'll throw in some dark chocolate. Let's do that. Like a champ. There's some things I still needed to do online because my laptop hadn't been working all day, and then finally it did, and as it was a 9-day, there was something that needed to go out. That's part of the self-discipline too, to not do it. I needed to do that for me. I go to bed. Oh boy. Oh boy. And did I want to scream? My heart's racing. I wanted to scream and thank God. Thank God. God, I thank you. My sister's making a smoothie for work for today. I can hear her preparing it. And I get ready. And as soon as that blender starts, put my face into my pillow and I scream. I scream as loud as I can. And it was interesting because at the end I growled. That, I don't know why, but that helps me. Growled like a lioness. So I sleep right the way through the night. And I wake up. My alarm goes off. It's 4:15. No, it's okay. We're gonna stay here. You're all right, honey, to just sleep. This is a death that we're going through. It's okay. It's okay. 15 minutes later, I'm up and I'm breathing. I meditate. I jump in the shower. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm happy, actually. I'm good. I'm good. I look outside. It's foggy. But there's so many stars shining. The fog is low. I get outside. And again, it's that lioness sort of feeling. I'm like, I could growl again. But not in an angry way now. Not angry. Now it's like this power, I'm good, and yes. And then there's a voice that comes in my head and says, sweetheart, it's okay. It's okay. It was a death, and you're allowed to grieve. And the moment I say that to myself, I start crying. I told you, I'm losing my mind. I start crying, not for long. And then it's coming to me, you know, and I'm talking to myself, and I'm saying, baby, remember, it's a death. So it's going to be waves of, and this was a big one. So there's going to be waves, and you might get angry again. And you know, what I felt in that moment was grieving. Right? Because you grieve after death. Sadness, anger, grieving. Right? So I carry on walking. All these thoughts are coming, like the sort of false idea thoughts, and how I'm gonna proceed now that this has happened. And I'm like, no. Every time I get into my head, I catch myself and I'm like, no, we're letting go, and we're swimming through that. We're wading through this fog. Man, that fog was deep, thick. Then I get to the reservoir, and that was like, I couldn't see to the other side because of the fog. I walk in, and I walk around, and I get to a part that faces the river. Can't see anything. It's still dark outside, though the time has changed, so I know that dawn is approaching. And I just stand there, facing the river. And again, my mind is going. I'm thinking. Stop. Just stop. So I remind myself over and over again. I'm just stood there. I don't know how long, whatever. I can't move. I don't want to. Just stood there. And then in my peripheral, I see something. I turn around. Not sure. Not sure what animal it is. Until I see its tail, a little white tuft. And it's a deer. It's just casually walking by. On the hill, it's a few meters away. It's casually walking. It's all black, I can't tell. I just know that it's there. And then I think it stops. I'm not sure because there's like trees down and bushes and branches and trees in the background. So and it's all just silhouettes for me. It's all black. Can't tell. But I'm looking in the direction that I think it is. And I just say, "Oh, thank God. Thank God. Thank God." No, that's not what I say. I say, "Thank you, God." And I cry. I start crying again. Actually, a good cry. So then I really tune everything out. Because I feel so loved, so held, so everything. And I just listen to the river as I continue to stare in the direction of this deer. I don't know if it's there. And I say, actually, after many minutes, I say, "I don't know if you're still there or not." But I think I was going to leave. And then I see something white. And it's its tail. I still am not sure at this time, actually. Or I came back to being not sure exactly what it was, because perhaps it was stretching its leg and it went up and there was a big, like, deers don't have long tails. It's just a little tuft, right? And when they raise it, you see the white part. Anyways, then I know that it's still there, actually. I cry again. And then I'm just saying, "I love you, I love you, I love you," over and over again. And thank you for being here with me. Thank you. Thank you for not leaving. And then it walks through, it goes sort of back into the direction that it came from. And I watch it for a little bit longer. And then I leave, I make my way. I return. Now I feel really different on that return journey. Really different. As I come upon our street, there's a little chiropractic office there. I see a man in a wheelchair. I look at him. His head is down. He's wearing a hat. Older gentleman. So curious. I'm actually wondering if he's okay. So I go up to him. Traffic on the back, so we can't really hear each other. But eventually we can, and I say, "Are you okay? I saw you sat here, and your head's down. Are you okay?" And he said, "Yeah, I said that you weren't smiling, and he said, well, we can't smile all the time. Yeah. And he said, I'm smiling now because you're here. And I said, and so am I. And I agree with you. Can't be smiling all the time. You know? And I told him I had been feeling awfully like all kinds of things, very sad and whatever. And then I told him about the deer, and that really made me smile. So I just had to share that with him, so that he would smile. The feeling, share the feeling with him, not necessarily the story. Anyways, he's smiling, I'm smiling, and he's going into his appointment actually in like half an hour. He said it opened at 8, and I think when he looked at his watch, it was about 7:30. Anyways, we had that little interaction, feeling better, feeling way better. And then I look up on my right, and the trees are starting to glow, which means that the earth has further made her descent, its descent, downwards, so that the sun from its position is more visible. And so I decide to walk down the road and just take a little extra walk to go see our sun. While I do that, there's a woman sat outside. We have a big laugh because I say to her, now I know why you're here. I see why you're here. You're here for that. And that's why I'm here too. Never spoke to her before. I never really go down that road. Anyways, I feel good. I feel good. Truly. No more denial. And then I carry on walking down the street, and this is where we end in grace. With grace. There's a woman with her dog at the corner house. She's outside. I watched her yesterday. I watch her often because it looks like she's got quite bad knees. But there she is. She's mowing the lawn. She's raking the leaves. She takes the dog out. Yesterday, actually, I was doing something. And I work at the front of the house because that's where the most light comes in. So I generally stand there and put my stuff on a chair and work there. So I see her often. And yesterday, I popped my socks back on to go outside, to throw my shoes on, to go and chat with her and just tell her she's amazing. But then she finished she finished mowing the lawn, and she went in. I didn't catch her. And there she was outside this morning. I thought I might not catch her because she looked like she was going to go back inside, but she didn't. And I walked up to the curb, and I told her just that. I said, you know what, I see you often. I just live right over there, and I just think you're amazing. Looks like you've got bad knees and whatever. Anyways, we had a beautiful conversation. So much of it was about God and faith and trust. Her knees are indeed, she's got arthritis, and she refuses any sort of surgery or whatever. She's like, I am fine to carry on my own like this, despite all of it. I don't care what it looks like. This is my body and I trust it. That sort of thing, you know. Turns out she's from Poland, neighboring country to Slovakia. So we talk a little bit about Central Europe. Grażyna. I hope I said that right for my Polish friends. That's her name in Polish. So, we started the walk, this whole journey, this video, with me losing my mind and, you know, the anger and all that kind of stuff. And we finish with grace. We finish with, again, just that message of let go of what you think you know. It's not easy to lose your mind. And I'm not talking about dementia and that sort of thing. I'm talking about quantum jumping. It's uncomfortable. This is a leap. It's a great leap of faith. And as I put on Instagram yesterday, faith is not blind. Faith is scientific. And when scientific, it is intelligent. And that intelligence pervades all space that we've talked about here, right? That intelligence is right here, where all potentials lay for you and for me to tap into. I was talking about radio frequencies, right? And radio frequency is different than actually the infinite potential that I'm talking about in space, because radio frequency exists in bands, right? I just learned that. However, and actually it doesn't really make a difference, except to say everything that you wish for, that you want, that you desire, everything that waits for you to become your best self is right here, in this seeming emptiness, waiting for you, for me to tap into it. Faith is not blind. I love you with all my heart. And I'm going to carry on now and go right back to the masters, who actually never leave me and are always around. I love you. I love you. I love you. God bless you. Wishing you an extraordinary day. Fear not. Love is all there is.